Hey guys, it's Jacoya of Jacoya Gems. Thank you for once again stopping into my channel. Now, if you could do me a favor, like the video, share this on your social media platforms, and please do share your support by subscribing. So, on today, I want to talk to you guys about dating versus thotting versus courting or Hebraic culture. So those of us who identify as an Afro-Asiatic people, or even some Christians, Bible-believing people, they believe in courting. But we also come from a background of arranged marriages, come from a background of being told by our elders, this is the sign that you look for in order to know that this person is your wife. I'm going to link some scriptures down below so that we don't just interject what it is that we want. I know that one of our forefathers, when he was looking for a wife, they were told to go back to the land of their origin, and the Ur of Chaldean, do not marry amongst the Canaanites. And when you see a woman at the well and she's handling work this way, then that's how you're going to know that's your wife. So when we say things as if we cannot be spiritually led to whom we are supposed to marry, that's not completely biblical. Now, there are instances when the spiritual world, traditionalism, has been used in order to create marriages that were not ordained by the Most High God. And this is where you see a lot of manipulation coming in at. And I'm just speaking as a woman, okay? As a woman growing up in Christianity, it's very easy to be preyed upon. It's very easy for a man to come and to be manipulative in the church, because in the church, all you hear is, oh, I want God to bless me with a husband. I'm serving for a husband. When am I going to get a husband? I'm tired of being lonely. God, please send me a husband. But we don't even know ourselves, and we don't even know why we're so desperate and why we're so hard up, and why all we are praying about and talking about is wanting a husband. That means that we lack self-fulfillment. Yes, the woman was made for man. The woman was made to create the void that was there for man. Period. Operating in the realm of when this is all that you talk about, or this is what you harp on, and this is what you come back to, you have lack surrounding all around you, but you put so much hurt and so much pain and so much emotion into being single. And this is why it's so easy for Christian women and women in general to be preyed upon by men spiritually. When these men come into the church and they say, oh, God told me that you was my wife. I had a dream about it, and he confirmed it to me. And this is just like ding, ding, ding. Oh my goodness, he's a spiritual man. He's anointed man, and he's gifted. He must operate in a fivefold ministry, because not only does he dream, but he's interpreting a dream, and then he's prophesying to me. And now he's going to be my headship. He's going to be my apostle. He's going to send me out. And so it's very easily to be swayed. There's a couple whom I know of personally, and this story always bothered me, because to me, this is high ranking witchcraft, high ranking manipulation. And it's also kind of predatory, but this is just me as a woman speaking. This couple, this woman did not like this man, was not attracted to him, did not want anything to do with him. It was just like, all right, we're going to keep it cute. Her spiritual mother was the one that told her, oh, that's your husband. How you going to know what? Okay, that's your husband. And she like, no, I'm good. Now, I'm not saying that we will not have blinders on, but I just don't personally believe that the Most High going to keep you blind about something that's meant for you, unless he has you blinded into the important time. But it was like a pressuring, a matchmaking. This is what you need to do. And this is oftentimes how we end up with couples that are unequally yoked, end up with couples that's very one-sided, very misfit, because one person desired way more than the other person did, because the Most High had nothing to do with it. This is how we end up with couples with the church in the middle of what it is that they are doing. But let's talk about Hebraic courting. Hebraic courting, elders are always present. elders have something to do with the courtship. The family has something to do with the courtship. The conversation that's held between the man and that father is specifically between them. I was watching a podcast and I cannot remember the name of it, but it was 3 men and 4 women. And 3 of the women were black women, and the other one was Middle Eastern. I'm gonna say that she was a Turkish Arab. She was not Afro-Asiatic. Could definitely tell that she had a Turkish Arab to her because she looked like a Spaniard, but she was raised Eastern. And so, what I want to do today is like kind of settle out some misnomers that we black women that have been shipped over into slavery, into the diaspora, into the Americas. We are not Western women. This is not our culture. This is not our beliefs. So when you hear a woman that's Muslim, whether she practices polygamy or not, but when she talks about the gender roles and black women are, but see, these men were raised in an Eastern Hebraic culture, even though they're Muslim from Esau and from Ishmael. These are biblical cultures from their forefathers and foremothers. So when we get away from the gender role and from the set dynamics that the Most High gave us, then that's where you see a lot of chaos and confusion. And because we're in captivity, we're going in talking about how we should properly date in captivity. Because who are our elders? Who are the ones? And I'm not saying that all of us are void of elders, but the elders who are. Where's your Dory? Where's your? How do you serve? Are you keeping the laws? Is this person ready for marriage? Ready for courtship? I'm not going to allow you to enter into the space of my daughter without knowing that you are here with intentions. I'm not going to allow my son to pursue that which will tear him down. There was permission that went forth. There was a mixing of family that went forth. And so now, because we're in captivity and we do things but ball booty backwards, we have been pressed, not everybody, because you can still court with the purpose of marriage, but you can also date with the purpose of being married. One thing that we do as women is we tend to fantasize and idealize a man based on his stature, based on him being nice. We give a man brownie points for opening the door, for paying for a meal, for saying please and thank you, for pulling out your chair, for letting you know when he made it home, for texting back on time, for calling. This he just called being a decent human. We give guys brownie points for being chivalrous. And Joe Budden on his podcast, shout out Joe Budden, Ice-ish Parks. That was an amazing podcast. The podcast title was We Need More Men Meetings. And it was just amazing to hear these black men and Parks talk about the different dynamics of how women just woo and woo, because a lot of us have never been with a nice man before. And so a lot of us will end up going on dates with nice men. And just because he was nice, if the relationship does not go to where we expect it to go to, then he an F-boy, or he played in our face, or he wasted our time because he led us on. How is that leading a woman on just for being nice? And so because we go into dating with the one mindset focus that this could be my husband, this could be my husband. We place on pedestal. We start doing things to prove ourselves, but we don't know how to date. I'm going to also link some videos down below by Bishop R.C. Blakes. Now, he is a Christian pastor. He is. His videos, though, are very edifying on how to break trauma bonds from narcissism, how to become a high-value woman, how to heal your daddy wounds, but above all, how to properly date. And this man said that dating is literally collecting data. We have not been taught how to watch for red flags, how to be able to entertain, not even on the same level, multiple people without being a whore. The misconception for women is that if they're seen outside with more than one man, they're sleeping with them all. But if a man is seen outside with more than one woman, he's weighing his options. Why do women have to give their all and put their all in for a man that has not proven themselves? Why are women forced to take themselves off the dating market? And some women prefer this. You take yourself off the dating market and you focus in on this one guy. And then you start cooking for him. You start cleaning for him. You're not his girlfriend. You start having sex with him. You're not his girlfriend. Your emotions start to get involved. You're not his girlfriend. He told you he didn't want a relationship. You don't know him, but you're taking things to the next level while he's still exploring his options, have not given you a title, but you have not taken the time to even see, hey, maybe I'm more compatible with this guy. We even go into the dating game based off of attraction versus being based off of association. Because in order to date, shouldn't we hit the associate part first, then hit the friendship part, then be like, I'm a little interested. Let's see if we're compatible romantically. And the way you do that is you ask her questions up front. We don't even talk to each other in this generation. We don't know childhood trauma. We don't know anything about the last relationship. We don't know anything about social and economical status. We don't know anything about history in the family, health issues, credit scores, STD status, how many kids you got, if you've been married before, if you've been divorced before, if you're bisexual. Like we don't know anything about each other. But we move in, we get engaged, and then we have all of these hectic dynamics. And we be like, oh, I didn't know this about this person up front. That's because we ignore red flags. We go into things head and heart first. We don't take time out to get to know one another. So what I basically want to encourage women to do, and I'm not saying I'm dating, but that when you decide to date, take your time. Do not let anyone take you off the market. Do not cook for a man that you are not married to. Do not offer to go half. Do not offer to pick up no bill. Do not go on a man's house on a first date unless you're just looking to have sex. If he invites you to his house on a date, he just want to sleep with you. You have to set the precedence for what it is that you want. What you allow is what will continue. But let's stop mislabeling women and men as well, because men get called whores. And honestly, a lot of time, men don't even be messing with all the women that they be around. Some of them do, but all of them don't. So just because you see a woman exploring her options and being wise about it, see, we have to have wisdom. I know that it's some women that if a guy doesn't communicate how they like to communicate, they just cut him off. And men do the same thing. We have no grace for one another. How do I know your communication style if I don't know you? It's the most asinine thing for us to say, well, they know better. I'm not going to teach nobody how to love me. They don't know you. Everybody was not raised the same. What they see as love is not what you see as love. I'm not talking about decent human respect. Some people can talk to somebody on the phone once a day and feel completely fulfilled. Other people need constant texting or constant phone call, constant communication. If you do not explain your communication style, hey, how do you prefer to communicate? And then when you communicate, if you see that this is not for you, keep them in a friend zone, but stop moving people out of the friend zone who have not even made it to the friend zone, because y'all just associates. Y'all just met each other. This is how we get our hearts broken. This is how we get our faces played in, because nobody sat us down and talked to us and showed us and groomed us. And also, if you're an Israelite woman, doctrine matters. Let's stop dating and allowing these men to court us when we don't even know what we believe in. Let's go for Christian women or whatever it is that you believe in. When you don't even know your own words, you can't even divide the word of truth for yourself. So now you easy pickings for these men. They pushing false doctrine down your nose. They telling you each and everything, and because they're smart, or so you think, because you're not. when it comes to the word, because you're not when it comes to being prayed up on, because you're not when it comes to setting boundaries. We get sucked in, and now we start believing things. If it looks like the world and it smells like the world, just because it says the truth does not mean that a lie is not in it. We, as women, need to be studied for ourselves in all areas. Studier of people, studier of self. Know what it's about you that's messed up, because I know me and I know me well. Know what it is about you that's messed up. Know what it is that's about you that will make you a door and a gateway to be preyed upon. Why didn't your last relationship work? And so many women that I see jump from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship. You ain't doing nothing but going from body to body to body. Same spirit, different body. Same spirit, different body. That's why you keep getting lied to. That's why you keep getting cheated on. That's why you keep getting beat up, because you don't know yourself. One and done or none and done. And it's best that you learn yourself, that you heal your childhood trauma, because somebody's son get a hold to you and you don't know how to wiggle your way out. You don't know how to warfare your way out. You don't know how to scrap your way out. You will be stuck for years, and you will settle for a ring. You will settle for marriage, and you will be miserable for the rest of your life, because you ignored red flags and you got enmeshed. You got wrapped up, tied up, and tangled up with a man or with a woman that you did not belong with. This happened to men too. Men ignore red flags all the time. I be throwing red flags out to guys all the time. Y'all don't like y'all life. And it's sad. Y'all think women are bad. Men do not like their lives. I know women who will purposely throw out a red flag to a guy. And it's like, nah, I volunteer my soul as tribute. Oh, I ain't worried about it. I love to live a dangerous life. What happens when you get a hold to some woman that's doing some type of junicocker root or something on you? What happens when you get a hold to some woman who just wants your soul, who wants your seed, who wants your finances, who wants your spirit? But because you like walking on the wild side, you lack discernment. Because it's just because he big and he tall and he fine and he got money, that's enough. So let's just wake up. Let's stop confusing dating and thotting, because they're not the same thing. You can be a thought and only be sleeping with one person or nobody at all. You can be a thought and be a virgin, because that means that you pimp yourself out mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, and you allow anyone to have access to you. Stop pocket watching, y'all. You ain't putting no money in it. So that's all I have for you guys on today. Thank you for watching my video. Hope you learned just a little bit of something. Please do come back. Do me a favor. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this on your social media platform. So Jacoya of Jacoya Gems. Talk to you guys soon.
2:30, baby, won't you meet me by the beam? Too early, maybe later, you could show me things.